Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Hello everybody, it is Saturday, happy Saturday, welcome back to another Ryo stream, yay! As the title says, today we are going to be taking a walk down memory lane and revisiting my old models. And we're going to kind of talk about the early 2020s of VTubing and everything, and yeah, we'll talk about I think I'm gonna go over along with showing, like, doing a showcase of my old models, how they came to be, all that, and maybe kind of talk about, like, if I were to restart over today, what would I do differently, things like that. So let me just go ahead and let me see, should I start talking about this model, or maybe I should go start from the beginning? So I think I'm gonna do that. I just wanted to pop in, do my introduction with my current model. This is me today. This model itself is still I think a couple years old, at least I think 2 years old, this model at the very least. So even this model is not the quality of the model maker's abilities today. But I'll get into that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop out of this, and I will bring in Ryo 1.0 and we'll get started talking about that. So give me a couple seconds. I will be right back with my very first model. All right, hello, this is Ryo 1.0. This is the very first model I ever commissioned, and hold on, my running up, diabolical. Damn. I haven't been on the computer since last week. I haven't had a chance to work on getting it to be cooperative, so I apologize for that. I'm just gonna close Aussie name. Code. Couple minutes. Okay, so this is Ryo 1.0 from the early months of 2020. So I think I originally debuted in May of 2020, and this model was, you know, in those first few months of literally 2020. So I commissioned, I have used right now, all three models are made from the very same person. They now go by, let me get current, because they have changed like the name of their branding. But let me get the current name. So the now name of the company, well, it's not really a company, it's more like a one-person job. But her name on Twitter is now vtanjo. And she does live 2D. She does the art and rigging. And I think she still does 3D models. But I think her main focus now is live 2D. But she is the person that made all three of my models. I have worked with her my whole VTubing career, if you can call it a career. But my whole time being a VTuber, she made all of my models. And she has always been very lovely to work with. She used to go by a different name, so I'm not sure if anyone like has used her before. I know back in the early 2020s, there was like two major people that did all of the Vroid models, the custom Vroid models. It was my model maker and I think like one or two other people, but there was like a very small handful of people at that time that did models, and I ended up working with vtanjo, her current for VTubing services, and I've always had a lovely experience working with her. She's always listened to everything, and I really liked her unique style of models, and yeah, and you know, if I do ever get upgrades, if she still works with these types of models, I would still like to, you know, try and work with her if possible. So yeah, so this is Ryo 1.0. I had really no idea what I was doing when I got into VTubing. I just, you know, I started consuming VTuber media like early 2019, and I've always, you know, obviously being a lifelong anime fan, being a lifelong you know, loving Vocaloid since their inception, and just always, you know, obviously when you're a young anime fan, you wish you could be an anime character, and you know, you'd have your original characters, your OCs, you'd roleplay and do all these things. So I'll, you know, being a chronically online anime fan, you know, of course I would eventually find VTubers and the whole VTuber community, and so I started, you know, consuming VTuber media, watching you know, finding like all of the like Kizuna like the Hollow Live, like the very early Hollow Live, the early days of Iron Mouse and Zentreya, like watching all of them, and like, you know, kind of watching, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like this is something I could do, but I had no idea what I was doing. And hi, hello, look it, it's Ryo 1.0. I'm gonna be going through all 3 models and kind of talking about the early days and all of that. But yeah, so when I had this like, you know, finally decided, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be a VTuber. I used my tax return and the stimulus check that we got for that, you know, like first stimulus check when the shutdown happened, and I got a computer. I commissioned Vtanjo for the model. You know, I got my mic, I got webcam, you know, got all the things, and I wish I had put more thought and effort into all of it, because if I could go back and do things differently, I would have built my computer instead of buying a pre-built computer, because now I'm having issues 4 years later, and it's an Alienware computer, so the casing is awful in my opinion, and so I would have, because I feel like I would have spent less money for a better product if I had gotten a custom build, like actually took the time to research and get it custom built. I'm still actually pretty happy with my mic for it being such a beginner friendly mic. It's honestly not terrible. I would have gotten a better webcam. I would have gotten a better monitor, and I would have put some actual thought and effort into my original design. At the time when I commissioned Vtanjo, I had no idea how to go about getting a model. I just thought, you're like, I want to be a VTuber, and they create it for you. I didn't realize you had to put in the work. And so when she asked for a design, I was like, oh, I don't have one. And so she helped me out, because she is such a great, you know, she's just great, period. And so she's like, go on to the what's it called? There's a sorry, I have a cough. What is it called? Hold on, let me get the name of it. I think it's like Pit Crew. Yeah, like the P Crew or Pit Crew, however you want to pronounce it. It's like a Japanese, like, you customize, like, it has all kinds of customizers basically. And so she's like, go on there, customize, make some customizations, and we'll go off of that. And so we did that, and I of course set her chest up, and I had like no description really for her to go off of, so she did her best. And so I was like, pink bob anime schoolgirl, basically, is what I told her. And so she did her best, and this is what we got for our very first model. And I streamed with this one for, yeah, I'm so sorry, it's my computer. It's extremely scuffed right now, so the quality is really bad, so I apologize for that. But yeah, we're poor PC Chan is living by like a thread right now, so it's yeah, it's a work in progress. I apologize. But let me try and, I keep trying to disable Windows Update, because that's what keeps re-triggering, and so I have to keep going back in and manually turning it off. So I'm sorry, because when it turns back on, it eats up everything. So I am sorry for that. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I streamed with this model for a while, and then I was approached by a VTuber group. At the time, we were called Sakura Starlights. So I was approached to join a VTuber group that was an all-pink VTuber girl group slash idol group, and I wish we didn't have a falling out, because I still think of them to this day, and I still reminisce. It could have been such an awesome group. but unfortunately it did disband, and I'll get into that right now. So I was approached to join an all pink girl group called, well, we didn't have a name at the time, but we eventually called ourselves Sakura Starlights. And it was an all pink VTuber group, and we had quite a few members, and some of them are like more famous now. One of them is in a VTuber agency, and I try to still follow everyone that I could find that like hasn't changed their name or maybe hasn't left, but I try and still follow everyone. I may not keep in touch with all of them because, you know, we all kind of went our separate ways, but I still follow as many of the original members as I can, and I'm so proud of everyone that's achieved everything that they did. But we started out as just like, you know, a support group, you know, girls supporting girls. And then a few of us were like, well, let's do some songs, let's release music and be like idols. And so during one of our, I don't know if she live streamed it or if we were just hanging out in the group itself, but we got matching idol costumes drawn by one of the members. And all of us that could were getting custom outfits made for the group, so that way we could do like videos, and we were gonna do like concert and like VR chat and things like that. And so we had gotten matching outfits made, and that'll be model 2 when I bring her out. And let me see if there's anything else about this model before I switch over to the next one. But the cool thing too with this model, because back then no one really knew what debuts were. We just thought it was like when you start streaming and stuff. And so I had my like quote unquote debut as literally just my first stream ever. And the coolest thing about that was during that stream, Zentreya actually followed me and it got clipped. And so like that's my like coolest thing about like when I started being a VTuber, is that Zentreya followed me on Twitch on my very first stream, and it got clipped, and it's so cool. But yeah, I only really streamed with this model for a kind of a short time. I went back and forth between this model and my second model for a while, and then I exclusively streamed with my second model while my third model was being made. And I'll get into that as well. But I think as far as OG 1.0 Ryo goes, it was a very just didn't know what I was doing, let's get a model and start streaming, versus, you know, nowadays people put like months and years into developing their characters and, you know, planning these giant debuts. But back in 2020 we just it was like the wild west kind of. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop out for a second, and I'll be right back with Ryo 2.0. So let me go ahead and poof, and let's pull up Ryo 2. Go select. Poof. And poof. And this is Ryo 2.0. And I streamed with her, I used to stream with her for the longest before my current model. So you can tell the difference between the quality of Ryo 1.0 to Ryo 2.0, because this had an actual design to it and actual thought thought and planning to it. So this one has a lot more detail, and yeah. So actually I forgot to do a full body of Ryo 1.0, so hold on, let me just quickly switch back to do a full body of Ryo 1.0. That way you can see the big difference. So, okay, there's that, and poof. Okay, so this is Ryo 1.0 full body. As you can see, very basic because I did not know what I was doing and how to properly commission someone for a model. So she is basic, at no fault to my model mama. She did her best with the very limited information I gave her. So yeah, so no fault to her at all as to why it's basic. That was 100% my fault. Okay, so now I'm gonna poof back out, and we are gonna bring full body Ryo 2.0 for a second, and then I'll go more into her. Right, let me go back to Ryo 2.0. And poof! Okay, and then this is full body Ryo 2.0. As you can see, so much more detail in the outfit, the hair, the makeup, like 100% like more detail because I actually gave her proper, yeah. So as you can see, big poofy skirt, the mismatched socks, oops, and yeah, just thought into all of it. So yeah. and yeah, so this was model number 2 based off of the matching outfits for the VTuber group I was in. And oh, and everyone used to make fun of my hat and look at the little frills on the top. They'd always say it looks like baby fingers. So yeah, there's a little bit of that, and trying to think. So yeah, so I got this made. We were gonna do music videos. We had a song. We were covering Love Live, and we had a song in production where we all had our separate parts. And so unfortunately during the production of that song is kind of where stuff happened in the group, and we disbanded, which was really sad because I felt like it could have been handled better and we could have stayed together as a group. But unfortunately, you know, some outside drama happened, and some of the other members ended up feeling uncomfortable regarding it, left, and it just kind of made the whole group disband. But I wish if we didn't like let certain people in that were like gonna be helping produce like our stuff. I feel like if we would have vetted a couple of the outside people better, I feel like we would have kept going. But it is what it is. And the group unfortunately disbanded before we could put out any original music or cover music, or do anything with our well, we did get to do a couple streams with I think there was a couple of us that got the outfits made, so we did get to do a couple streams together with our matching outfits. But it is unfortunate that the group disbanded before anything could have been like fully done with the group. And so I used this model off and on. I would go between 1.0 and 2.0 just because I felt a little bad that I was using this model and the group had disbanded. So I would go back and forth between the two, and then eventually just stuck with this one because it was a higher quality model until Ryo 3.0 was made. And I was working on 3.0 for, I feel like it felt like a year, but it could have been less than a year. But I had a lot of help with the conception of 3.0. I had help from friends, and I did like actual like character development. So like I the way my brain processes making like new characters or new outfits is I go on to whatever I use for like editing. So at the time it was Photoshop, and so I'd make a collage on Photoshop. Like I would get elements of everything I want for the character, add that onto like a vision board, and then I would start narrowing it down. Like, okay, what color do I want the hair to be? What happened? Oh yeah, so I still have so the Twitter is still around for the group. I still have the I never deleted the email because I created a couple things for the group, and then the original founder of the group created a few things. So whatever I had access to, I never deleted because it doesn't feel right to get rid of it, because it even though it's 4 years later, it still had such a big, it was still a like it had a huge place in my heart. And I don't remember if we made the, because we had the Discord, we had the Twitter, I think I made an Instagram for it, and then I think we had a YouTube channel, and we were eventually gonna have like a Twitch like streaming group. I don't know if they ever made it or not, but I'm not sure what happened to everything else, but all the things that I created for the group I didn't delete because I can't do it. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened to the rest of the like either social medias or like channels. I'm not sure what happened. But originally, when the original leader of the group, she didn't want to handle the group anymore, so she did give ownership to the group to another member. And unfortunately, just I think because of everything, the new owner decided just to leave it as is, and didn't further try to re-alive the group. I don't know, but yeah, so it's sad, but it is cool because I feel like I'm like the I feel like the guardian of the group. I still keep tabs on everybody and like try and support them at a distance and everything. Yeah, so one of the members is now in an agency. I won't say which member it was and which agency they're in now, but I just finally, because I've been looking for her because I thought she left VTubing entirely, and I was trying to see what happened to her, and I just found out that she's now in an agency and doing well, and so I'm happy. So now I can support her again secretly, you know, not secretly, but you know, like from a distance, like, yay, I'm rooting for you, I'm so happy for you. And then a couple of the members have gone through a few different, like myself, I've gone through a couple changes myself, so a few of the other members have gone through some design changes, and some of them are partnered and with both like YouTube and Twitch, and like, you know, other partnerships, and some of them are still indie and, you know, kind of like me, kind of doing their own thing still. But yeah, I still try and keep tabs on everyone, just because I don't know, it was such a nice experience until it got ruined by like it was like the producers brought in drama, not so much the girls brought in drama. So that's why I still think fondly of it, because all of us as the members had a good time. It's just we brought in some music producers, and yeah. So but yeah, I'm not sure what happened to all the other social media for the group. Yeah, I know. I wish, I don't know, because I think so fondly of it. I'm sure all the other members probably don't remember the group at all. They're like, what? That was like 4 years ago. Get over it. But I'm the kind of person, I don't get over things very easily and very fast. Like something that happened, you know, 4 years ago to me felt like it happened yesterday. So I have that kind of brain wiring. So yeah. But yeah, so I was in development with 3.0 for like what felt like a year. I had narrowed down all, started narrowing down all of the elements I want in the like my vision board. I originally, when I was developing 3.0, I was gonna be a cat bird hybrid, and then I decided to go with a Oni cat hybrid, and so that's kind of where that went. I was gonna have cat ears and cat wings, but I thought that would be too much at the time for like a 3D model. Nowadays you could do just about anything, so but yeah, so I ended up going with cat ears and Oni horns. And then for the outfit, that took the longest to like find inspiration and reference for. And then I decided to do twin tails because I've always wanted twin tails. And Hatsune Miku is like one of my favorite characters. I'm like, in all the anime that I watch, like if there's ever a twin tail character, they always end up being my favorite. So I went from having a short bob to long pink twin tails, and yeah, so yeah, this one I streamed with for a while I was developing the second or the third the third model, and yeah, so let me go ahead and pop back into my regular current model, and then I'll be right back. So we're gonna go poof and bring here, and then actually I did do, let me pull this one up real quick. This poof and I did do yes, I just wanted to look cute with twin tails. And then I ended up, because as soon as Twitch released that they did like the hot tub streams, I wanted to do like a VTuber hot tub stream, which was really silly. And so I had a friend put a bathing suit on Ryo 3.0. So that's what this one is. So it's a little more wiggly because I think it's they used a different program than what my original model maker did. So a couple original things from that should have been on the 3.0 are on this one. So let me zoom in real quick. So a couple things. So it is the string on my mask, the little sakura like flower looking thing on the string. So that ended up for some reason not showing up on the final product of the 3.0. And then my little heart hair string that didn't show up either. and yeah, so those two things for some reason when she did the final processing didn't pop up, but when my friend made the bathing suit for me, they popped up on that one. So I'm not sure. But these were originally supposed to be in the final product. This one. So over here. Load. No, this one. What? Yeah, so see, they're not on this one. They're not on this one for some reason. But this is like the final one, so it's not like as fast wiggly and as floppy, so I'm not sure if it had something to do with that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't have anything, any personal information on it. But yeah, so I'm not sure how this one didn't get the processing, but this is the full model for Ryo 3.0. So technically I am a 7-tailed Oni Nekomata. Say that 10 times fast. So yeah, this is my current design. The features on this one are pretty much almost everything that the original design had. So let me go from bottom up. So with my shoes, they're supposed to be like a Tengu style shoe where they have the really tall, like I forget what the proper name of the shoes are, but the sandals are supposed to be really tall, and you see it in a lot of folklore for Tengus where they have them. And then I have this little like it's like a cord anklet thingy. And then my socks are technically two different sizes or whatever. You know, classic VTuber thing. Very long very long sleeves. And then a big bow with a cat bell, big floofy skirt. This is a sheer like shawl thingy. And then I have the bow on my top with the bell, and then on this ear I have the earrings. I have my Oni horns, and then this is my mask. I have one earring on this ear. I have my little cat mask, and then my eyebrows are tiny little Hime style eyebrows. I have the great awesome peak design red eyeliner. My eyes have little hearts in them. And I in my future designs, when I make like new outfits for Ryo, I want to have smaller nubbier Oni horns. And then technically the stripes right here and through my hair are white hair stripes. And yeah, so yeah, so that is the current Ryo design. I have already started designing my next outfit. I have stated if I do make like a new model or a new like update anything, the core values of my character are not going to change, but I do want to play around with different outfits and different hairstyles. So the next time I do get a model, it'll be still the same character, just different outfits, different hairstyles, and then I might decrease the amount of tails I have, just because that is a problem for like if I collab with other people, just because they are so big and bushy, and not big and bushy, it's just there's so many of them. I was warned. I had a friend that is an artist that told me 7 tails is probably not realistic, and I didn't listen because I'm you know, silly goose. And now I have the same problem that they warned me about. So yeah, so I might decrease the amount of tails I have, or make it to where I can turn them off and on with like a hot link or whatever. Yeah, so that's kind of the how I went from the 1.0 to the 3.0. And yeah, definitely if I could go back in time and start all over again, yeah, hot links, barbecue hot links. But yeah, if I could go back in time and talk to myself before I started VTubing, I would say build your PC and make sure it's gonna be, it can process a lot, because VTubing, you need to process your OBS, you need to process your model, you need to process the game. If you collab, it needs to process that. So to make sure the power the computer is strong enough to withstand all that. So I'd go back in time, build the PC, make sure it's strong to handle all of that. Invest in a better webcam, invest in better monitors. I wouldn't get sucked into the pink hype and buy the Razer keyboard and mouse. I would buy just quality versus aesthetic. So I go back and I tell myself that, like, you can have aesthetics and have quality, but don't fall into the trap of, oh look, it's geared toward gamer girls. I would not get the pink bunny gaming chair. I would get a really good office chair. I would not get this pink streaming desk. I would get like a proper, like, something big. Like, yeah, I would definitely go back and tell myself, you don't need all these cute aesthetic things. Get things that are quality made. Get things that are realistic and not just cute. I would tell myself to sit down and design my character, put thought and effort into it, research what other VTubers are, because, you know, you don't want to be a cookie cutter mold of a VTuber, but you want to, like, still be like, okay, what is popular, what is like, you know, what are people looking at when they think of VTuber? So, yeah, put thought and process into the model. Don't go and pay for, so I haven't used it in 3.5 years. I bought a Leap Motion and the Leopard software, and I would say don't use that. Don't waste your money on that. Just use the free services, because VC Face has been around since then, and it's still the preferred, like, for 3D models. It's still one of the preferred ways to stream your 3D model, and I had bought the license to Leopard, which is a paid 3D model service, and I just recently tried to log into it and it said I don't have an account, and so I paid money for the license that now it thinks that says I no longer exist. So yeah, I would say don't waste your money on that. Don't buy the Leap Motion unless you want to use your hands and stuff. So I used it for a while, but I also, just poor design choice on model 3.0, my sleeves are so long. On paper it looks cute, but on a 3D model your arms are twice as long, and so if you're trying to use like a Leap Motion, or try, like, if you want to use MMD to do like dance videos and stuff, then you look like a hot mess. And so I don't use it anymore, and I wish I would have put that kind of thought process behind also this design and past and present, you know, future designs. Just think things through. Think of your design in a like, as if you're the person design, like, doing all the things, so that way you're like, will this work functionally? Will this look good if I am a 3D model? Will this, you know, that kind of thing. I wish I put that kind of thought into all of my models, and like into the whole content creation. And if I could go back and tell myself, like, as a content creator, because I jumped into this without really doing any research, just anime people, I'm gonna do that, that's my thing. I would also, in terms of content creation, tell myself to actually, like, sit down and strategize, which is what I'm doing now that Carehero and I have decided we want to try and do this more full-time. So that's what I, in my free time, in between taking care of baby Kana, working, and my own streams or their own streams, I sit down and I strategize, like, okay, what can I learn from other content creators on how to, you know, put ourselves out there, basically. And I didn't do any of that in the past, and I'm like, why didn't I do this? Like, just you know, just like, okay, you know, you can schedule out your posts. Why don't we just, okay, let's find a day once or twice a month, let's sit down, schedule some posts, schedule some content. Let's okay, this week I'm gonna sit down and edit all of my like edit highlights, post them on social media. I didn't do any of that. I just streamed and was chronically on Twitter. And I regret it. I wish I would have had a better mindset of like, let's like, even if it's just a hobby, you still want to like have a serious mindset, even if you're just doing these things for a hobby versus like, oh, I want to make a career out of it. But yeah, like, you should have some kind of a strategy, whether it's you know, you, even if it's just for streaming, like, strategize your stream, like, you know, put out your weekly schedules. They don't have to be 100%, but just to give people an idea of when and if you're streaming. Sorry, I'm super congested. still chronically sick for the past month. Let me have a second to clear my throat real quick. Okay, I think I cleared it a little bit. But yeah, so put out your weekly schedules, and like, if you're more of a streamer like me that doesn't really have much free time period, and you know you only get to stream once or twice a week yourself, and you're usually used to just, okay, I'm gonna stream, I'm not sure what I'm streaming, but I'm gonna stream, because that's kind of how I have to kind of be, like, oh, like, my days off change. Typically I always get Sundays off and then some other day. This week happened to where I got 2 days off in a row, which is awesome. So I was able to be like, okay, this day we're doing this day we're doing that. Hold on, my I gotta blow my nose again, hold on. Okay, sorry. Sorry for interruptions. But yeah, so I have a little, like, I don't know, VTuber journal. And so what I've been doing now is, so on Sundays, carehero and I sit down, we kind of plan, like, vaguely, like, what are we gonna do this week? And because carehero does the video games of the channel and I do other stuff. And so we sit down, okay, what games do you think you want to play this week and on which day? And we'll kind of put that down, and then I'll be like, okay, what can I do for my streams? And so, like, this week I was like, oh, awesome, if I still have my older models, I can do a model showcase and go through that. And so that was what we planned for today, as like the main focus was looking at my past models and talking about it. And then tomorrow, hopefully it still works out that way. Tomorrow we're gonna do a show and tell. So I've been kind of talking about that for from last week, where I want to do a show and tell stream, like maybe once a month or something like that, to where whoever wants to join in, I'll make a post on Twitter, hey, you know, we're doing show and tell on this day, post a picture of what you want to show on stream, you know, quote, it's got to be family friendly. And then I'll put your pictures up on stream of your show and tell, we'll talk about it, and then me and carehero will pick an item, we'll show that on stream, and we'll just do, like, you know, like when we were in grade school and you would come in and do show and tell. So tomorrow's gonna be the first one, so we're gonna see how it goes, see if anyone wants to send any pictures in. I know last week a couple people were wanting to send in pictures. I don't know if they did or not, because I didn't see anything on my Twitter, so I'm gonna make a new new post today after the stream and tell people tomorrow's show and tell. Send me your pictures of what you want to show and we'll tell about it. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. And yeah, so just kind of putting out a schedule. And what I've been trying to do now is on off days or free time, if I know I'm streaming on what day, I'm gonna like try and like make some bullet points for talking topics. So like today, since I didn't think talking about my models was gonna go so fast, so now we're gonna kind of go into like, I'm gonna talk about, you know, other things. So so yeah, just putting more thought and effort into content creation versus just the mindset of, oh, I'm a VTuber, oh, I'm gonna stream, people will be here. And it's not like how it was in 2020, where that actually, like, yeah, that mindset was okay to have, where you were just a cute anime character and you had a, you know, could have a larger following just by being a cute anime person. But now it's 2024, almost 2025, and we have more VTubers than ever, and the discoverability is a lot less favorable towards, you know, like if you're not grinding out content, you know, like really putting yourself out there. And so you have to work, I feel like, almost 4 times as harder as you would have back in 2020. And so that's what I'm finding out now, and really working on like figuring out like what to do as a content creator, how to make content, how to strategize, how to, you know, in the very limited resources that I have. So that's what I'm working on. And obviously quality is a big one, and my quality is really bad right now because I didn't put thought and effort into get it when I got my PC, and I just got a pre-built, you know, out factory, you know, no bells and whistles. So you know, that's something that I am working on to, you know, be able to afford a better, like, I don't know if I can use anything of the original one and put it towards like building a new one. So when we get to that point, you know, we'll find out. But yeah, so it's harder because my quality is really poor right now. So even if I have engaging content, I'll be losing people because my quality is so bad. So it's, yeah, it's kind of a lose-lose right now for me, but I am not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, doing all the things, and always losing my train of thought because I go from one topic to one topic to one topic, and I'm trying to stay in the field of one topic of you know, strategizing content creation and reminiscing on the past and looking forward to the future. And yeah, so I have like it's so hard when your like brain is so creative but you don't have the time or the equipment to do the things that your brain wants to do. It's so frustrating because like I want to do 10,000 different things and it's like I don't have the resources for half of them. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for staying for a while. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow for a show and tell stream. I'm gonna make a tweet later, so if you see it in the morning and you want to participate and show me something for show and tell, feel free to post a picture. But yeah, I appreciate you being here and hanging out and reminiscing. I hope you have a good night. And yeah, where was my brain going? And yeah, so yeah, nowadays with VTubers, with everyone, most people nowadays have 2D models and go with 2D and then eventually go to 3D. I've always liked 3D and prefer 3D. Even to this day, like back in 2020, I had, you know, you had the option. Most people had 3D back in 2020, and 2D was like the elusive, like corpo VTubers had 2D and indie had 3D. that's kind of how it was back in 2020. But nowadays everyone has 2D, and then some people eventually get a 3D of their 2D. But I've always preferred the 3D models over the 2D, just because I feel like you get at least from back then, you got a better quality 3D over 2D for the price of 3D versus 2D, if that makes sense. Nowadays 3Ds are honestly just as much as 2Ds now. So I don't know, it's dealer's choice nowadays for like if the quality. But I honestly, I'm still gonna stay 3D. I'll still stay 3D just because that's my preferred method. And I use an Android, and I don't want to get an iPhone just for like VTubing, so there's that too. Yeah, and I'm trying to think of where my brain was going, because I've already jumped topics I think like 3 times, because I honestly thought talking about the first 2 models was gonna take a lot longer than it did, and I'm gonna take a Dr. Pepper break for a second, so let me take a sippy sip. And looks like we are in an ad break. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Where's my... I had like a topics thing, and I don't know where I put it because it's not in front of me and it's not on my desk, and that's my bad. Yeah. Sorry, my throat. I'm still chronically sick. I don't know. I'm like always sick and always congested. I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if it's like just remnants from the last like sickness I had, because like I feel perfectly fine other than just always congested and stuff, so I don't know. I feel like it could be allergies or something. I don't know. I live in a valley, so I don't know. Probably just all the soot from all the stuff. But yeah, so if I had a time machine, go back to 2020, I would teach baby Ryo how to be a VTuber today. And I feel like I would have so much more success, and I would have been able to grow. And then, sorry, I'm like jumping topics. The other thing too that I would go back and tell myself is to stay consistent. Stop taking breaks. Stay, like, you can do less days, but stay consistent. Don't take long breaks away. When you are indie and small, one break could end it all for you, and you're starting from the ground up, which is what I'm doing now because I took such a long break, and because I didn't know like how to pace myself, how to organize myself, how to strategize myself, which is what I'm learning now and finding, oh my gosh, if I had known this when I started out, like, it would have been so much easier and so much better. And I feel like I would be at a point that I see my peers at, and I'm like, now I'm like, oh, well, my peers did the things that I'm doing now, and that's why they're at where they're at, versus, you know, thinking, oh my gosh, how are they growing and I'm not? We started at the same time. It's probably because they strategized, they you know, did all the things, and you know, and I just was, you know, basically fucking around and totally, you know, being, you know, just so enamored with the idea of everything and just having so much fun, and not realizing that you need to plan and strategize and put thought and effort into it. Yeah, so, you know, it is what it is, but yeah, it is really funny to see how far design-wise I've come and how different I am versus the first induction of myself. Yeah, yeah, so that's that's really really funny because I went from a short bob to long flowing twin tails and 7 cattails. um yeah. I also have no brain at the moment. It has shut off. I apologize. Yeah, I honestly thought it was gonna take a lot longer to talk about the old models than it did. And yeah, so and then I kind of talked about, you know, what I would do if I could go back in time and tell myself do better and to put thought and effort. Don't buy stupid shit. Don't buy Alienware. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Alienware. It's just that I bought a pre-built, nothing extra included in it. So it's not Alienware's fault. It's my fault. Alienware, you're fine. You're I know a lot of people think I just messed up. And same with Razer, like all the pink stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with the companies. It's just I didn't think properly. I just saw cute pink gimme now. But yeah, like if you like the loud mechanical keyboards, then yeah, that's fine. I like the softer ones, like the jelly type ones. So if I could go back and buy a new keyboard, I would get one like that's a lot softer sounding, because I'm not a big fan of the mechanical sounding ones, and I think that's probably what I know. You can get like sound jelly caps for them or something to like help the sound, but you know, I don't know if I want to invest more money into it. But yeah, and then I would also, because I got the Elgato, oh, what's it called? The capture card. I would have preferred if I had gotten my computer like custom built to get the one that goes inside of your computer versus the external, which is like what I got, because my computer, there is nowhere to put an internal one. So I would have also told myself to get the like, one, build your PC, two, get the capture card that goes in your PC. And yeah, it's just I don't know. I think I'm sure there's a lot of streamers out there that that are like me, that, you know, started out gung-ho, didn't know what they were doing, got like, you know, the basics, and now regret it. But yeah, so I would definitely go back in time and do better. and yeah, so I like I do like I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I've been having fun like learning how to properly do everything. So I have my little journal. I've been journaling as much as I can to like help me, because I have such I think because I have so many priorities and so many responsibilities, it's so hard to keep track of everything, and like I go from one thing to another. So writing everything down really helps, because I know a lot of people, they'll just watch videos and like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do that, but I need to like write it down because I'm a mom, and so like I'll watch it, retain it, and then something, you know, doing something, I'm like, what did I just learn? I don't know. So I've been writing everything down, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy watching videos on how to you know, make your streams better, how to post better content on you know, all the platforms, and things like that. So right now I'm literally just kind of doing the bare minimum, the basics that I can, just because the quality of what I can put out is pretty low right now. But I'm just hoping that just me being more consistent. So I'm trying with consistency, staying consistent, and then once my consistency is good and I can improve quality, then quality is going to start improving. But for right now, I'm just trying to be consistent with everything that I put out. and then eventually I'm going to make sure that the quality starts increasing. So with streaming, unfortunately, until the computer either gets fixed or we get a new one, which may not be until, you know, next year or something like that, just because we honestly live paycheck to paycheck, especially now that we have a baby. So like any extra funds we have goes to the baby. So I don't have a budget right now to make better production for everything. So it is what it is quality wise right now. So that's why we're just trying to be consistent, and show up every day, and, you know, try and post things every day, so that way, you know, eventually we can, you know, make the quality better. If that makes any sense. I'm sorry. So yeah, we're just trying to try and show up every day, post every day, of some kind of content, and do that, and then eventually quality. And I keep saying that over and over again, and I'm sure you're sick of it. Yeah, and there are gonna be months where I may not stream one week, because I need to, because I only get 2 days off a week, like, because I am working full-time at my job now, because we just can't afford for me to be part-time anymore. So I am back to full-time at my job, which means I only get 2 days off, and I use those 2 days off to stream for myself. And carehero will do their best to stream on the days that I work, so that way there is consistency with the channel. And then I think maybe once or twice a month there will be maybe one or no Ryo stream during like one of those weeks, because I'm going to sit down and schedule and edit everything, so that way we can have consistency with the rest of our social media. So there's going to be schedules like that, and I'll put it on the schedule too. So if I put out a schedule and you know, it'll say like Ryo doing like scheduling content, no stream Ryo scheduling content, something like that. It'll be like that, and so that way you'll know ahead of time, because there may not be like a stream, there'll probably be no stream period for like the day, because carehero will need to watch baby Kana so I can do all of that, so there probably won't be a stream period on like whichever, you know, schedule that ends up being on. But it like once or twice a month I want to do that, so that way I'm not like feeling so exhausted at the end, like like basically I'm working, you know, every single day, so I want to be able to do that, so that way I can feel less tired and like, oh man, I didn't post, I don't want to lose engagement, kind of thing. So yeah, so that's gonna be a thing, and because that'll definitely help, being able to schedule things out. I have been slowly turning all of my social medias to like the quote-unquote professional ones, so that way I do have more options, and I think I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think like some of them, if you want to schedule things out, you have to like be a professional account or something like that. So yeah. So I have been slowly doing that, turning like switching to professional profiles, so that way I have more options. I can see what does better, what doesn't, so that way I can schedule out more of the things that do well, make more of the things that do well, talk more about the things that do well, and yeah, and being able to schedule things out will be so much easier, because I can just sit down, schedule everything I need to schedule, edit whatever I need to edit, and then don't have to worry about it for the, you know, however, you know, if I can do it all in like one day, that'd be preferred, so that way I have a whole month of content, you know, broken, you know, made out of like, you know, whatever streams that we had that you know, those weeks or whatever. And yeah, so that's preferred, that's what I hope to do, but it also depends on the computer, because our computer, as everyone knows, for the last few weeks that we've been back, couple weeks we've been back, hold on, I have to cough. Sorry. But yeah, because of the last few weeks, couple weeks, whatever, that we've been back, at least every time I stream, I apologize for the awful quality because the computer. Most of carehero streams are good because they stream from the Steam Deck. We got it set up to where we could do that, and which is so, it blows our mind that the little Steam Deck can stream perfect quality, but my PC can't. So, you know, we always joke about that. But yeah, so carehero streams are a lot better quality because it is being streamed from the Steam Deck. And yeah, so it's really just my streams that are scuffed because I have to do it on the computer. I tried to get it set up to where I could use my model on the Steam Deck. I can use the model, but I cannot use the mic and model at the same time, so there's that. Yeah. So yeah, and I like to talk, and yeah. So yeah, we're trying, we're working on it. We have plans, it's just waiting to have the funds to fix things, get things, do things, make better quality, and yeah, and I have I'll probably show it tomorrow on because we're doing like a hand cam for show and tell, so I'll probably show on tomorrow's stream. I started because I want to start doing emotes, but I don't have like a program or like a drawing tablet, and so I started drawing them on my phone with my finger, and oh my gosh, that is too hard and difficult. So then I just started doodling in my journal and just doing like a vague, very vague. I started out like trying to draw it, and then I gave up because I'm like, this isn't like drawing on the computer where I can like blow it up 1,000 times and like do small details. So I was like, screw this, I'm just gonna do, I gave up and just like basically made stick figures of like basically the kind of emote I want. So I'll show on tomorrow's stream like how it went from trying to just gave up. But yeah, I've been saying this too. I want to draw emotes. I just don't have honestly a way to do it right now. And I want to go back into graphic design. So those will be things like on the days that I sit down and schedule for the month. If I have time afterwards to try and see if the computer will let me like do graphic design, because graphic design is going to be easier to do on my computer than like trying to draw do actual drawings, because I don't have like a drawing tablet or anything. So yeah. But it would be so great if in the future I could get like a drawing tablet. I know most people nowadays just use the iPad and Procreate. Like I see almost every artist that I follow that's what they use. So yeah, I'm not sure like what the difference between that and like getting those like really nice Wacom tablets. I'm not sure like what's the difference and what's better. I know obviously the iPad and Procreate, it's you know, you can take it, you know, if you're waiting in a waiting room, you can just do that. So I'm not sure if that's like maybe why people prefer it, because it's more portable versus I think just, you know, being at your computer. So that would be like a dream, is to probably I would say personally, because I have a child, it would be preferred to get a tablet with like an iPad and using and like the pen and using Procreate, because everyone says Procreate, that's like what everyone uses. So that would be like my goal, is something like that. And yeah, so like those are creative wise, those are the two things that I really want to do and focus on, and eventually like kind of branch out from there with other things. But yeah, as far as art goes, those are like the two things that I want to do, because then I feel like I could eventually do like commissions for those, or do giveaways, raffles, stuff like that. Yeah, just yeah, it's a lot a lot of work. Everything is such a lot of work, but it's fun. I have fun doing this. Like I honestly before I one of the reasons why I originally like kind of went on a indefinite hiatus was because I wasn't having fun anymore and kind of lost that spark and passion. And I think part of it was because I didn't put effort into, like, it sounds silly, like I was streaming and doing stuff, but I wasn't putting in the effort of like what I'm doing now. Like I'm like excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these things I could try. I have like I have ideas. I'm learning like what's the best practice to do X, Y, and Z, and so, and like I think one of the other things too was I would get so discouraged when I had a low view count. And I honestly, like, I obviously were after just coming back to streaming, of course you're gonna have a low viewer count. And what I'm doing now is just I don't care. I'm not paying attention to it because like, this is what people always say. When you first start out streaming, you're going to be streaming to basically 0, and you shouldn't be treating it like you already have an like you know, you should treat it as if you're like filming a YouTube video, or that you already have a large audience, basically. Because if you just sit here with dead air until someone's in your chat chatting, you know, you're like, what kind, you know, what content is that? And especially if you export your VODs over to like a YouTube channel, people are just gonna sit there, you know, skipping until there's no dead air. And then if you're only talking to chat and not like talking about topics that could be used for like clips and like shorts or highlights or, you know, whatever, you know, like just fake it till you make it, basically. Yeah, so have fun with, like, I'm having fun with it again. I'm learning so much, and yeah, I'm finally having fun and enjoying my time again. So yeah, I'm happy. And you know, eventually I want to get to a point where you know, maybe somebody will want to sponsor us, or something like that. Like that's my goal, is to, you know, work with brands, work with companies, get sponsored, and be able to do art and make art and have fun, and give back to you guys. So yeah, I'm just happy that I'm having fun again and enjoying my time again. So yeah. What else? Like I said, I honestly thought talking about my mom, I mean, I could have probably made it go longer if I like put like better bullet points in my journal for today. I was really vague. So if I had planned it better and maybe scripted things out ahead of time, then I probably would have been able to make it go by longer and take more time. But yeah, so let me take a Dr. Pepper break for a second. Hold on. Where is my binder? Because I wanted to see. I wanted to see what I had for other topics. So we've covered going over. Oh, where? Oh, I want to write down what we went over today. Okay, where's my pencil? Where is my... Okay. I want to jot it down while it's in my head. Okay, so today was 8... What's today? 31, right? 8:31? Yeah, 8:31. So we went over old models. We went over if I could go back in time. We went over content creation strategies. So on. Strategies. We went over, so I talked about old models, the old models. If I could go back in time, what would I do differently? Kind of went over being a content creator, future plans, kind of talked about future plans. I'm just trying to like get my thoughts in order so that way I don't keep going back and forth between the topics. I'm like, did I talk about that? Didn't I? Just trying to organize my thoughts and jot down what I already went over. I had pasta for lunch and my burps taste like pasta. Yeah, I just really wish that I get my quality up. Like that, I think that bothers me the most out of like everything is just my quality sucks. Because then I make I put it on TikTok. So like last week I did a story time, and so you know I downloaded the part of the story time, and I was making the TikTok today, and I'm like, oh my, you know, I'm watching it, editing it, and I'm just like, it just, to me it sucks because like the story is like, you know, at the time that everyone said it was an interesting story, so you know, I just feel bad that when I'm posting content, I just like, I always have to like, I'm so sorry for the scuffed quality, you know. So like that bothers me the most out of everything versus like, you know, what am I gonna talk about, what am I gonna do. I'm honestly more worried that my quality is just so shit. And I'm sorry, and I have to keep apologizing that my quality sucks ass. But it is, honestly, it is what it is. This is what I have, and this is what I'm working with, so yeah. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's Saturday, and yeah, I figured Saturdays are like really busy for everyone, so just wanted to come in and show off my old models, talk about them, and just let you guys know I am happy and I'm glad I'm having fun again doing this. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have fun. We're, you know, hopefully I gotta, because based off of how today went, I'm gonna, after the stream and I do some stuff, I'm gonna try and jot down some more topics to talk about, because I'm pretty sure show and tell isn't going to take as long as I think it is, just like today. So I will do my best to plan out some more things for tomorrow. And again, part of the reason why I'm trying to have so many topics for the stream is because of the quality of my computer and my stream. If I literally do anything other than just open OBS and VC face for my model, my computer will explode. So like if I were to open Google Chrome or, you know, whatever browser and try to do like a tier list or something, my computer would freaking fry. So that's why I'm trying to think of so many things to talk about, because talking's all I can do right now, because Computer Chan is dying. Please send help. Which I would love to do, like play tier lists or something, pull up a quiz or something, you know, but unfortunately, I can't. My computer will die. But yeah, just like even just me sitting here talking, I appreciate everyone that stops by, everyone that watches, that checks out the VODs, the like highlights on YouTube, or if you watch my TikToks or whatever. I appreciate every single one of you. And I just you know, even if there's one or two of you here, even if there's just, you know, nobody here, I still appreciate the ghosts. So thanks for sticking with me, and especially through the scuff. Like, I mean, I know I've always had scuff for the last 4 years. It's me, I'm the scuff queen. but but yeah, I appreciate everyone that takes their time out of their day to look at me, watch me, hang out with me, interact with me, all of the things. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my cute little cat heart. I appreciate you. um I'm debating if I should make this a short stream today. That way I can focus on getting stuff set up for tomorrow and like planning content. Because right now, I do have the house to myself because Carehero and Baby Kanda are visiting family. And they know that I have to stream, so they didn't even bother like asking if I want to go with them. So yeah, so I think I might take advantage of that and plan some like schedule out some content for the other social media. So I think I might just call today a shorter stream, and I think I'm gonna do that. Carehero might still stream later today. If not, it's just me today. So with that being said, I know it'd probably be beneficial if I stay longer, at least to the 2-hour marker, but I don't want to just sit here and blab about nothing and just to fill up 30 more minutes. So I will take a sip of Dr. Pepper first. Let me, because I still want to read a story, so let me be right back and go grab a book real. Oh my gosh, was my mic off the whole freaking time? I think my mic was off the whole freaking time. I'm gonna reread the book because I honestly don't know if my mic was on or off. Oh my gosh. You guys probably just saw the book and were like, Rio, what the hell is going on? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna reread the book. Oh my gosh. I'm so silly. I'm such a silly kitty. Okay, let me get back. I can't believe it. If my mic was on, I'm so upset. I'm such a doofus. Oh my gosh. I'm so silly gillies. Okay, I think is good. Get to the page. Okay, let me turn it on. Okay, can you kind of see it? Sorry for the angle. Alright, so this is Good Night, Little Blue Truck. Bumpity bump down the road came Little Blue Truck with good friend Toad. Thunder crashing, lightning flashing, two good friends were homeward dashing. Such a wet and stormy night, their warm garage was a welcome sight. In they went and shut the door, but it wasn't very long before. Ma! Said Goat. Please, Little Blue, can I come in here with Toad and you? Cluck, said Hen. It's wet outside. I need a nice safe place to hide. Honk, said Goose. Don't care for lightning. Stormy nights are a little bit frightening. Moo, said Cow. Can I come in too? I feel safer here with you. Quack, said Duck. There's quite a crowd. Can I squeeze in? Are ducks allowed? Oink, said Pig. Is there room for me? I'm cold and wet as I can be. Beep, 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 said Little Blue. There's room for you, and you, and you. Everybody gather round. Thunder's such a grumbly sound. Clouds bump and tumble in the sky, but here inside we're warm and dry, and all the thirsty plants below will get a drink to help them grow. Close to Blue, over and under, they listen to the rain and thunder. Duck said loud as he could Duck said loud as he could quack it. Thunder's just a noisy racket. Boom, said Goat. It isn't scary. I was not afraid. Not very. Just a noise, said Pig. No wonder. I'm not scared of a little thunder. After a while, the clouds blew on. The night was still. The storm was gone. Goat said, we feel better, Blue. It's easy to be brave with you. Pig said, I feel sleepy now. Let's all head for home, said Cow. Beep, said Blue. Just hop inside. All aboard for the bedtime ride. The rain had stopped and way up high the moon was a smile in the starry sky. Good night, Pig. Here's your pen. Good night, Duck. Good night, Hen. Good night, Goat. You're home now. Good night, Goose. Good night, Cow. Sorry. Apologies. Horn went beep. Engine purred. Friendliest sounds you ever heard. Blue and Toad drove home together. Two good friends in any weather. Toad laid down on his own small bed. Croak. Good night, Little Blue, he said. Blue gave one small sleepy beep, and Little Blue Truck fell asleep. The end. Yay. The end. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry that I had the mic turned off and the first reading didn't go through. Oh my gosh, I feel so silly. Okay, where am I? Pistachio. Pistachio. Oh goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, I was supposed to find see if anyone doing any of comfy-ish. Yeah, sippy of Dr. Pepper. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna turn the mic off for a second. Okay. Sorry, I had to pause for or mute for a second. Okay. Um since there's no one here to watch me get embarrassed and humbled, I'm gonna go ahead and send us over to Girl DM. She's doing a hand cam right now, IRL hand cam, and I think it's really cute. And so if she notices me, you don't, or if she doesn't notice me, you don't have to watch my embarrassment. So I'm gonna go ahead and raid Girl DM because I have admired her since she was one of the original 2020. She may have started even before 2020, but she's been around since I started back in 2020, and I've always admired her. So I'm gonna send you guys over there, so that way I don't get embarrassed if I get humbled real quick and not even get noticed. So yeah, and then make sure I spell this correctly. Pretty sure I spelled that correctly. Okay. I'm gonna turn my mic off so I can listen. But thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for anyone who has watched today's stream or who will watch today's stream on the VOD channel. I will be back tomorrow for a show and tell. I'm gonna make a post on Twitter, so Twitter or X, Ryokana EN, and we are gonna do show and tell. So post a picture of what you want for show and tell, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. Thank you.